Perfect. Good afternoon, everyone. As you know, my name is Bharat Vijay Ramesh, uh, founder of Clan Community. I have amazing the other organizing people from my clan. This is our fifth episode of FireSide Chats, and I'm super excited for this one, mainly because he's a guy, he's a designer. Almost everyone know without introduction, right? Oh, okay. Vijay needs 1 minute in joining. Probably Vijay, okay, I didn't prepare for 1 minute introduction. Probably like, yeah. Okay, let me know. You just give some reaction. I'll just put your picture in the screen. That's it. Yeah. Okay. To talk about him, like I'm personally like super inspired by his work. I just got to know like one of the probably like few months ago, like I don't remember. Probably 8 months ago, 1 year ago, when I was scrolling through my LinkedIn profile, I found some like a Figma asset, like an asset like in Figma, design in Figma. It was full of colors. Like, who's this person? Like attracting me with all this different thing, right? Like, and then I opened the profile and it was Vijay, right? And then I was going through his like work. Like he was like very particular about how I want to tell a story, right? And then like he's very open, and he's not afraid someone of not okay. You don't want me to stop. You're already in. Okay, wait, let me introduce Vijay Verma. Can everyone see both of us together? Yes, yes. So let me finish my introduction, whatever I prepared, Vijay. So no more. I know I'm making you uncomfortable, but that's part of our clan tagline. So the thing is, like as I said, I was going through and like, who's this guy, right? And then I started following him, and then when you're talking about in our community, it's like a lot of people started following you. They see you as a very good inspiration. Like, oh, Vijay's work. Oh, let me try to see like how is he doing everything, right? And then luckily, like a couple of months ago, I just pinged Vijay for lyric purpose. I just pinged him, and then we got a chance to work together. We are almost completed with a small experiment work, and then we personally loved his work. And I thought Vijay, being the community guy, like I just wanted to poke Vijay. Hey, we have not seen you much around in talking in podcasts, or like we just found only one podcast. Like talking about his journey, like, oh, can you just talk for our people? Like they really something inspiration to them. Why not have a small conversation, like an hour conversation, right? And then Vijay immediately agreed. Okay, let me try it out. Right. Yeah. So Vijay, thank you so much for coming in today. I did my introduction, but would love to hear about you from your words. Oh, we can't hear you. Oh, no issues, no issues. We'll wait. Can you guys hear him or only me? No, right? Okay. Not now. Not now. Yeah, yeah. You want to rejoin something? Yeah, it's fine. By the way, we got our clan T-shirt, so it's very something very nice and comfy. So I'm very happy about it. So all our organizing teams have it.
ஃபோக்ஸுக்கு எப்போ ப்ரோ அடிக்க போறீங்க?
Next question. Hopefully, we can edit this part out. You're muted, Vijay. Can you unmute? Try to talk.
Yes.
Yes,
Now?
we
Yeah?
can hear you.
Cool.
Pinning you.
Oh, I
for-
was talking actually. Oh, hi people.
Yeah, you're audible. Yeah.
Yeah, lots of people here. Now I'm uncomfortable. So thank you, Bharat, for like doing this. I think this is almost actually officially second live session kind of, but I did some live stream before. Let me introduce myself a little bit. Like most of you guys know me as like real Vijay, I guess, from my handle. My full name is Vijay Verma. I am originally from Bihar, North India, but my most of the like career I started here, Delhi. So from Delhi to Gurgaon, so I'm still here. I think more than 10 year almost I am in this design field. Before that, I did a lot of different stuff. Maybe that is a different story. Maybe I will do some later other podcast or something to explain how I started. But I think right now, this podcast we will focus some of your like basic queries related to how you start career and how to start maybe your indie business, freelance stuff. So we will focus on that. Other than that, if you have question, anything related to design and development, you can just drop here on chat. And yeah, I think, yeah, but let's start.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much again. To start off, little bit things, right? Like so. To understand you better, Vijay, little bit, right?
Mhm.
I know, like, by seeing Rob Hopp's video, we got to know like you have humble beginnings in design, right? That's beautiful.
Mhm.
People
Yeah,
would like to know more. Like, please visit this podcast with Rob Hope. It's an amazing video. I was just watching it, and it was very inspiring, right? Now,
thanks. Mm.
Vijay, like, how are you continuing to be motivated in design? Being in 10 years in industry is fine. I mean, a lot of people are doing it, right? But
Yeah.
you have this unique perspective of colors, unique perspective of like micro interaction, animations, and then you're still like reinventing yourself, right? How are you finding that motivation? And then, yeah,
I think I am very like first artistic guy, and second I am very curious about things. So even like when I even don't know how to use computer, like my early days I was very like schooling days, and even after finishing my 10+2, I even never touched a computer. Like when I like first I started using computer, it's very fascinating to do stuff like creating a stuff, coding a stuff. So I started journey maybe maybe not maybe I joined a 3 month uh, that time, but Excel PowerPoint was very popular back in the days when I started. So it's like it's very fascinating to start with at least computer. Then I found Photoshop. It's very creative. Then I jumped from that office stuff to Photoshop. Then I found internet. Then it was like this internet thing is like maybe for me it's very magical thing. And then I found with the internet you can learn anything. So the thing is, I was very passionate and curious about stuff, and this new thing is like uh, it's not something which is how can I say um, I will do for maybe doing career stuff, or maybe I will have some job in this field. But I started as this as a like maybe for fun or game stuff. Like it's for me using computer is not like career and having a job, but just playing with it. So this is how I started, and then I found lots of different fields. I started trying those things, even 2D stuff, 3D stuff, coding. Yeah, this is how I started, and then how I keep doing this. So yeah, like first thing is curiosity. Second, I always wanted to learn a lot of different stuff, because what you do right now, maybe in future after 2 or 3 days, sorry, 2 or 3 years, maybe it will be not that much relevant. So you have to improve your skill set, right? So maybe back in the days when I started, Photoshop was the thing where even I have a project. I finished a UI UX project in Photoshop. That file is still there. Then people moved from Photoshop to a sketch. Then Figma happened, and then people moved to Figma. So these are the tool. But other than that, our uh, the type of job profile also improving, right? Back in the days only there was like mostly web designer. People most of the time like call it web designer. Then things happen, product designer. Then there is another branch, UI UX. So there are lots of things. How you will start, how you tackle all these things. So you have to keep learning. Of course, you must have a like maybe a basic core skill, which is important. So whatever you feel very comfortable, just pick that thing and then master,
mm,
do like very passionate and do it
mm,
uh, from your heart. And then look for other stuff, like even that is even no code tool, just do it no code tool. If you love a little bit of illustration, just try order. So you must have to. reinvent yourself to be relevant in the future. I guess this makes sense, Bharat
Oh,
and
100%,
everybody. Yeah.
100% makes sense, right?
Okay.
Like
Cool.
just follow. I think you just like beautifully told, right? Like take one thing, go master it, right? And then like and it's true, right? Like tools keep changing, but certain things the design wise, I think you are reinventing, right? And
Yeah.
then and sometimes
So
what
whatever you design right now, and even I like sometime I just randomly go on Google and then search maybe UI designs, and there are tools and Google Photos and even Google Search. You can jump to the year, right?
yeah
Right. So sometime go there and type 2015. Whatever was like premium design that time, people who just started can do it right now, right?
yeah
So,
yeah
but that time it was like, oh, you did it very great stuff. Like DeviantArt and other platform was there. It's still there, but that time those are like very like premium kind of stuff. And now when I like compare those things, like the starting point is currently very hard as
Hmm.
compared to those days, right? So I don't
Yes,
know.
yes, yes,
Just I want to add this.
yeah.
Cool.
Mm.
Next.
So,
Hmm.
you have a profound love for Figma, and
Yes, of course.
even like you experiment a lot in Figma, right? I mean, like most of your 90% work, I would say, like I mean, in
Whatever you see outside, right? It's not like I do all that.
no, no, I'm just like trying to like see you kind of broke at least I would say like at least from my perspective, you kind of broke that thing. Only certain things can be done in Figma, right? But most of your work, you kind of broke that thing, right? Oh, I can do whatever I want in Figma, right? Like
Yeah, yeah.
how did you come to that? Oh, you just someday like can I do this? Can I do this? Can I do this? And
So
just it just kept going, or like
I think here it's very subjective. Like
Mhm.
this answer will be very subjective. There are tools, of course, Adobe. Like, I love Adobe also. Sometimes I have to use Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop for branding and other stuff. But I feel those tools are a little bit heavy, right? There are lots of tools
Absolutely.
and toolbar, sidebar, very complex to even do small tasks. When I open Figma, I feel like, oh, I have just four tools and I can have like complete infinite canvas. You can do whatever you want. And if you're talking especially about creating those illustration and other experimental stuff, I think for me it's same thing. I started uh, doing these things is for me it's fun or play,
Mm,
not just okay. This is my task and I'm doing a career out of it. So people used to watch Netflix and play games. So I love experimenting with these stuff. So the Figma is the things I am now like so comfortable. I am, you can say I am addicted to Figma. I have lots of other tools in my bucket list and take a stack, which I use day to day for client work and other tasks. But Figma will be like my first choice for most of the tasks. And honestly, sometimes even when I code, like I just copy the snippet of code and then paste in Figma. Like people, I use Figma about coding also. It's crazy, right? Even not FigJam. I just place it here to see the code, zoom it out. Very crazy. So I think Figma is very simple tool for like I can say this very simple minimal tool. If you compare this with Illustrator, I did a long thread and video. It's on YouTube where you will see the comparison why I love Figma, because there are certain things which I feel is Figma is doing very like easier than compared to Illustrator. Of course, when you do too much complex illustration, you have to jump to another tools.
mm,
But when people argue about this thing, so I think it's very subjective. And secondly, like if you are arguing about art, it's not relevant because people used to draw a sketches on rice, right? So why
mm.
people do it? Because it's fun, or maybe he enjoyed doing it.
Passion
So
makes sense.
right, so art is art. You can just create with anything. So for me, creating those experiment is just sake of for fun, or like most of the time when I stuck somewhere, I open Pinterest, and when I scroll stuff, I found something, and then whenever I found something interesting, first thing in my mind is stuck is like, okay, can I do it in Figma? And then I draft it, and later on I just play with it. If it works, maybe I will share it. So most of the time, whatever it works, I try to create a time lapse. I try to share the thread to explain how I did it. So how it is.
Beautiful, beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful. Super. Uh,
Hmm.
moving on to a little bit, right? Like, how do you think? See, you said like curiosity is something amazing, right? Like
Hmm.
curiosity, passion. That's what's driving your motivation.
Hmm.
Uh, Generally, like, is there any techniques? I want shortcuts. I won't say shortcuts. How to stay motivated in general, Vijay? Like, what are any tips and tricks that you would like to share? Like, what do you do in generally? Like, how to stay motivated? You said like you draw a lot, something like that, right? Like from the UI design perspective, from the thing, how, do
Hmm.
you see like only? Do you see design only from the screen, or even in the outside? Like, how do you get inspired generally? Yeah.
Inspiration is also a very interesting topic. Uh, and motivation. I think I wrote a small blog about it, maybe a couple of week back. Uh, I think inspiration comes when you enjoy what you do always. First thing, I guess. So, like, if what I have some task and I really wanted to do it, so you don't even need motivation and inspiration. One part of this, I guess. And if you like, the lots of people around you is doing something and you found inspiration and motivation from them, that is also one point. So surround yourself with motivated people, like inspire people who are almost or better than you, who always keep you like in the circle, because he is doing it, or she is doing it. You have also the passion for something, so just surround yourself with positive people, I can say, just positive people, and who is very supportive. And maybe if they don't like, uh, you should accept the criticism, you can also say, right? So motivation sometimes like fade away when some people criticize your work, right? So it's like, okay, I spend lots of time to do something, but people are like, this is very bad, why you did it. So I think if you like just avoid those negativity and just focus on even the 1% of people just doing positive thing for you, it'd be good for motivation. I think this is my perspective, if this is what you are asking, I guess.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah, yeah. Almost on the same lines. On the same lines. Yeah.
Huh? Good.
Hmm. Beautiful. Let's jump into the main topic, right? Like what people are waiting to hear.
Okay, what
Uh,
is people waiting for?
I mean, like the freelancing. See, it's very easy. You have the skill set, right? And you have I can literally see a very beautiful culture fit. That's what I experienced when I was working with you, right?
Oh, thanks.
It's it's very easy for you to get a good job in a very good reputed company. That could be any company, right? Why do you, I don't know when do you started working as a freelancer, but what motivated you to
uh
work independently, and what was the reason actually? And
I think first, like first point here is creative freedom, because like when you work under a company or a particular brand, there are some limitation and guidance you have to must follow, even you don't like it, right? So first answer will be this. So I wanted to do something which I always wanted to do, but this is not a, there is no playbook, so you can also do it easily. You have to like uh, gain experience and have some stability to move to this direction, right? Because when you start your career and you think, okay, I can do something similar what I did, so if you go through my journey, you will see lots of like up and downs, which will teach you. And if you're, I don't know how I am trying to articulate it. um So if you have a goals, maybe everybody have a goal. Somebody need titles. Somebody need maybe stable job and money. Most of the people do it. For me, I guess I always wanted to have that creative freedom and wanted to do what most time I can't do it because I don't have too much time to spend on that particular thing. So I decided after like spending lots of time, I decided to open my studio. So I will focus on my core goal, what I always wanted to do, and then because everybody need that. Everybody have to pay the bill. So in the side, I uh, started taking some of the small tasks. Most of the time, it's contact work and consultant thing. Right now, it's not freelancing. I am not doing freelancing because for freelancing, you just find a small gig like creating logos and sometimes creating a landing page. But usually, I don't take those type of tasks right now. But if you are wanted to do something similar, it will you have to like create a great network of maybe good people, create network either in online or even sometime your IRL, you can say, like in person networking is also important. So I have lots of clients because of that network I build over the year. Most of the clients right now, most of the people I work with was from Zomato, and they go from there to other places and they refer me and they reach out me. So this is the our kind of network. So just build your stock network first, and then I think you can also achieve this. And if you're the first question was, I think, just for why I do it. So the answer is just because I always wanted to do it for myself. Like if you wanted to do it something similar for you, just create online presence or even in-person networks which will help you to get clients. So you can also do what I do, right? I think this sensor makes sense, right?
Yeah. No, totally makes sense. Creative freedom, I think, and see, generally, like that's a very important thing. I mean, you kind of like literally very openly told, right? Like, hey, I'm a more creative person, right? I didn't want
Yes,
myself to
actually, I call myself not just designer. I'm artist, so I am more artist than designer because I like to make things beautiful. Of course, it should be functional, but if I have to choose, I will always prefer because my journey started as illustrator and
Mm.
I jump to different field, which I think is good, and I just touch it. I even master it, and then unlearning is also important. You can't just hold and till your life end. You
Yeah,
can unlearn and learn new thing because
beautiful,
things are changing, world is growing. So
beautiful. Super. So, what is the main advice? I would say advice or feedback that you want to give for people who are getting started in freelancing. Vijay, like,
hmm. So like I said first one is your network is very important, right?
mm,
So like uh, either you start sharing some of your behind the scene work, right? So people people have to know you, right? Even if you have a lot of skill, but you are not sharing things here and there, how
mm,
people will recognize you? So right now we are living in digital age, so we have a lots of platform. So this the one way is you should create your social presence, online presence, and second is make your network either physically and virtually. And I think a strong portfolio if you want to make for freelancer. I already mentioned first, like you have to like master on your one specific skill first,
mm,
and make your portfolio convey all those things, so
mm,
you can do it. So whatever field you are interested in, create your portfolio focus on that needs. So people will search you from those niche. But current days, it's also important to keep sharing your work,
mm,
and that is the best way right now. So
mm,
either you do it consistently daily or maybe alternate days, but do it, or at least create quality things. So either you can do it, grind it, or you can just create something which is quality thing. So people will know why. If you spend maybe 100 days challenge continuously, if you do it, you will see your growth. Or if you create something which is very beautiful and somehow lots of engagement you found on your profile, and then right. So high quality like work or consistency is also important. If you are looking for more tips for creating your portfolio, I think case study is important. When you start building your portfolio, make sure you write, not just write, show some of your work with the case studies thing. uh, it's very hard, but try to update your portfolio time to time to cover your latest skill and whatever you do.
Yeah.
Personal touch is important. Like currently a lot of template available, but if you create something which you always wanted to do from like your understanding, your vision, that will be better than using templates. And if you already have a client, ask for a testimonial. That will be also, they will refer testimonial also. Yeah, I
Beautiful.
think.
Beautiful. So one quick question in general, like the process of freelancing. Let's say, Vijay, right? You are good
Mm.
at UI design, right? General and the screens and even individual elements, right? Uh, with respect to, have you ever taken up a proper UX product in your journey, like as a freelancer? Uh,
Yeah, like my journey is I started as a freelancer, joined Zomato, then back to kind of freelancer, right? So yes, so back in the days when I after finishing my masters, I was looking for a job. Then I started working at a very small startup where I don't like it. Then I left, and then I started doing freelance. So in that journey, I did a lots of UI UX work. Like I told you, I that time in 2015, 16, um, I did a couple of projects. Two or three of them I still remember. One was uh, chatbot, which I these days very trending. Back in 2015, there was a guy. Uh, Currently, still, I think he is in this Gurgaon, but he made a like chatbot, AI chatbot for news related stuff. That time it was like very different kind of era for AI, but now I was thinking if that startup may work, I should have something different. But anyway, so that project I did from wireframing to end-to-end chatbot thing. And one very close project I did was Eversend. If you go to my profile, you will see Eversend. It's a financial, you can say Paytm or PayPal kind of stuff in Africa.
hmm.
Still, it's very big brand right now. So the founder, Stone, I think Stone was the name. So he pinged me on Dribble, and we connected. Then we did it together. That thing also, like from zero level of wireframing to finishing the final product. Most
Okay.
of the things are still there ever since. So those are like two product. One product also I remember there is Sterling guy I did for. He was building something online gaming platform that time, mobile gaming platform with all these small games like tic tac toe and ping pong. So small games. So I remember that those files still I have those small files. So yeah, I did lots
Yeah.
of EIX stuff.
Yeah. So my question around that, a simple question, but it could
Mm.
be tough question also.
Okay.
You see, working in a like a design company with a lot of help in getting certain research done, like UX process done, is different. Versus being a freelancer doing this research process, it's very hard, right? How do you
Yes.
think one should get prepared for this? Like, what kind of process that applies for research work in freelancing?
So I think depending on the brand, I think like if
Mm.
it's very big brand, they must have their research. So you don't have to worry about it. But if it's like very like maybe starting very small brand and they just started, so you have to prepare yourself. You have to do it like by yourself. So if you so the same thing, right? You have a master skill of UI UX, it's fine. Otherwise, you should hire. It's also important. So if you feel you need help, ask for it, or just outsource some of the stuff. So you don't have to do it all thing yourself.
Mm.
I do it because I like it, but it's not necessarily I like do all the stuffs, and my like work life is like, oh, I have to do it, I have to do it. No, I just schedule everything. If I have to do multiple things, I just mention everything on contracts where say everything like clearly. I will do this only, or if I will do this, charges may be different or timeline may be different. So just make sure everything is transparent, and yeah, things will flow. So I don't think there is a problem if you have a UI UX job and uh, they don't have any data or something. So you can just prepare yourself, quote something based
Mm.
on that extra stuff, and then it will be fine. I think it's not hard.
Beautiful, beautiful. So, I mean, like you kind of told about slightly on money. So how do people see? One of the things is like I think how do people negotiate their first project versus like the experience? How do you think from your mind? It's a very important question, right? Anyone ask? I'm seeing a lot of communities also asking question. How do I charge for a project, right? It should come from the realistic, or it should come from an individual skill.
So I think the it's very like very important question, but this is also very like dynamic, and the answer is very not very simple is here, because
Makes sense. Whatever
you
works for
are
you,
you
yeah,
are
you can
the
share with it. Yeah.
you are the only one who know your birth, right? So you should identify your skill first, and based on that skill, just give a number.
Mm.
And even you are not mentioning that number in your invoice or outside, in your head it should be like that, like, okay, this is my hourly charge. And this
Mm.
hourly charge is also not very fixed. It's totally based on your skill set, your experience, and there is no harm. Like if someone charge $25, it's totally fine, right? But you have to learn those things, and then and like always compare yourself with yesterday yourself, and then think about it. Okay, now should I move my charging from here to there or not? So yeah, like I still remember when I started this freelancing thing. That was the day when I started doing 100 days of illustration challenge. And someone from Feedly.com, if you want to search Feedly.com, the CEO of Edwin Cochin, sorry for butchering the name. So Edwin pinged me, oh, I love your illustration and I wanted to work with you. So he asked me for like charge. So I have no clue. So I did some research and then found, okay, it's like I'm talking about 2016. So my starting price was 25, and he was happy with it. So I did 5 illustrations for them. So that was like very first freelance stuff I did for and and this is like, okay, now I can do it my own. And then I quit the job I was doing, very boring job. And then after then I start freelancing. Then this guy, Eversend guy, and chatbot guy. So I think negotiation is very uh, okay. So if you have a skill set, and if you have a credibility, this credibility is also important, right?
Mm.
So maybe you have a skill set, and sorry, if you have a skill set, but people don't know you, so how you will tackle this negotiation thing? So you have to know your value, but make sure you have a strong portfolio also to give that quotations, right? Be flexible also, it's fine. Sometimes we like I have one story. It was very wrong like it was not expected, but it happened. So I have to send a quotation for illustration, and I was the same 2017 or 16 era. So I had to write $120, and I wrote by mistake 1200. So 1K, 1.2K, and he was agreed. So I, he agreed to do it.
Oh,
So
really? That's
yes, so I'm talking about this is 17. So I think this part, the quotation part is very like dynamic here. Depending on brand, sometimes you can charge something else. So if someone pinged you, okay, I love your work, I wanted to work with you. So you have to research for that particular brand or people who pinged you, right? So depending on that, your research, maybe you will change your pricing,
Mm.
and you must have something in your mind. Okay, if they negotiate how much you can go down or up, so something like that. So this will be better. So
Super,
yeah.
super,
So
super.
just like, so in everything, just write down everything. Transparency is very important.
Transparency, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I really like our negotiation. Like where we were pretty much clear like what we need to do, right? So one of
Yeah.
the
So see, so you guys, like, so if you have the portfolio and the skill sets, so more, and you know your value. So when you quote something, for my case, I never have something very back and forth, even with you guys, right? We just agreed on most of the stuff.
yes, yes,
Barely discussed about negotiation, right? So
exactly.
the clear information. So just write down everything transparently, what you will deliver in this amount,
Mm,
right? And of course, it's not very hard and fixed rule. Okay, sometimes things change, like a scope change in the between, so things can be up and down, but it's totally fine. At the end, it should be a relationship. So make
beautiful.
sure this relationship works long term, not just a single project and be done with it. So
Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah,
Yes, thanks.
I hope this makes sense. People,
I think it
people
was.
liking it.
I
People are
think
still here. Okay, I'm not boring people.
super. I think we'll take another 5 minutes and then we'll close it out, right?
Yeah, you can continue. It's fine.
I mean, close it
We
on.
can.
Open for the questions.
Yeah, that is also fine.
Yeah, yeah. So another important thing that you said, like, I mean, just following up on that, right?
Okay.
Uh, uh, see, the scope changes, and then there will be like some customers who will agree for you to go for this money, but the work will suddenly increase, right? How do you politely you say no, or like how is that? Is that like how do you handle those situations, Vijay? I know
So
it's
you are
very
saying a scope changes and then you.
suddenly scope changes drastically, right? But it kind of like it went way over, and then like
So I think this answer may not valid for everyone. So right now, what I'm doing at my studio, so other task is optional for me. So most of the time I am free to say no. I don't have time. So I just, okay, sorry, I can't do it. I may refer some other people.
hmm.
But if you really find a good relationship, I think things change, and then maybe after like initial work balance with the client, they like your work and they think, okay, I am giving you freedom, you can do whatever you want. Most of the time it happened to me, like barely some of the clients just left. Most of the people are still with me, and whenever they need something they just ping me, and then we agreed on something. So I don't think there's a problem. So if you are you like, what was the expected, you delivered,
Hmm.
and the scope was cleared, and maybe try to give thora, whatever you uh, define your deliverable, make sure you do more than that. So over is good thing. So people ask for three logo choice, I gave five, then they are like happy. So yeah, like I do it most of the time. So
Beautiful, man. Beautiful, beautiful. I think I'll just open up the floor for question, but
okay.
just want to end with this, right? Like, I mean, ask with this actually. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
what do you do for fun beyond design? Don't
Okay.
go for Figma
So
always.
I love a game. So sometimes I play games. Mostly I love RPG games.
Oh, nice.
And other than that, I don't think so. Most of the time, I keep doing work. So also for fun, I learn other stuffs. Like of course, behind the scene, I keep learning Unreal Engine, which I rarely share on social media. But of course,
I
sometimes I
saw
share on
your
Instagram story. Yeah, sometimes I say that there. but because Unreal is very complex software, so I whenever I have confidence like Figma, I can do from the scratch. Maybe I will share, because
Beautiful.
that the thing is, I have to understand so I can make other people understand. So that was the one goal I always have. So that is like for fun, I learn stuff. So Unreal is one of them. I also started recently doing Godot. This is also gaming. So my that is like my future kind of goal where I will
Nice.
create game maybe one day. Let's see.
Nice. I'm really looking forward. Super, Vijay. I think we're almost 45
Yeah,
minutes.
open some of the questions maybe.
We'll open for some other questions. Anyone wants to go first?
We have almost 40 people constantly. That's like
No,
crazy.
I told you that our people don't drop off, man. Clan folks.
Wow,
Yeah.
thanks. Today the Sahara also, right? So you must have a plan.
Yes. Okay. Okay. I mean, like, someone wanted to ask.
Yeah, I think there
Uh,
was some
they
people.
want to show love.
Ah, thanks,
Okay.
Karthik.
Karthik. Hey, Karthik.
Hi Vijay. Hi Bharat. So I'm a new member. I'm new to clan. I just joined.
Yeah.
And like I have been following you. I'm a
Mhm.
fan. You inspired me. You're an inspiration for me. I saw
Thanks.
your video in the Times. Your
Oh,
work in
thanks.
the Times. That was really nice. That bald head, all those animation things like
Thanks.
we do in After Effects. So I'm a freelancer too. Like I started in 2009.
Okay.
So the thing I face the challenge is to increase the rate. So what? So that's my question. How do you communicate if you are increasing your rate? So for 1 year, I have certain rate. For the next year, I'm increasing my rate. So how do you communicate? That's a
So,
challenge I face.
so you are talking about just a particular client or overall?
Particular client.
Okay, so I think it's kind of hard sometimes because you are talking about this particular client, but if like for me, like I just drastically change year to year, and then whenever new client arrive, I charge based on that new quote. But like I mentioned, right? So it's about relationship. If you they know your worth and they appreciate your work, they should change the uh, price. Otherwise, you should fire the client. Just go for it. I can say,
Okay.
because there is no like way, right? So you are like reducing your worth because you are they are not encouraging. Just ask
Absolutely.
politely, share
Hmm.
some of the complexity, your
Hmm.
whatever you are doing. Maybe you are
Okay.
talking about design or whatever graphic design. I don't know, but
Yeah.
show something and ask politely. Otherwise, I think you should move on. There's
Okay.
no harm, right?
That's okay. That's good. Thank you.
Thank,
Sorry,
thank you. Yeah. Anyone else?
City Batsan.
Srivatsan.
Hi Vijay, actually thanks for
Hi.
doing this. So my question is that actually I'm a UX and UI designer, and like I'm not like I don't know coding actually. So how do I get into freelance? For example, people tend to ask to develop their website after design, right? So how do we tackle that? Since I know only the design part, I'm not sure about the coding one. So how do I negotiate it?
Okay, so I think you don't have to code. That's the simple answer here. But of course, there is a new tool arrive in market right now. There was Framer, Webflow. Uh, there was not. There is right. Framer used
Hmm.
to have different stuff. Like right now, it's like very kind of Figma stuff, and then whatever you design in Figma, UI UX thing, you can like spend one weekend, you will master Framer stuff. It's not very complex. So whenever they ask for something like that, tell them clearly, I can do it. I will make your website live with this technology. So
Okay.
mention Framer or Big Studio is also here. I am like closely doing Big Studio right now. Framer is good, of course. Framer is kind of like Figma about for creating any website, but the big studio is some of in the between code and of course Webflow is also there. So yeah, there is tools. You don't have to code. Coding makes you a little bit of like better understanding what should I design or what is possible in current technology and how much time it will take if I design very drastical things to code. So this is good to have the knowledge, but it's not mandatory. But yeah, if you want your like client to ask for this web developments related stuff, just take it because Framer is very good. So just make it in Framer. I spend one weekend. I'm just saying it. Just spend one weekend. You will learn Framer very quickly. It's very simple.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. Thank you.
Cool.
Actually, no, I mean, what I was trying to, there was like, even when there are things that we can't do in Framer and WebEx, right?
Yeah, like
So that, like, or say when we design and they ask for, very in a customized way where they want to do it in a proper HTML and CSS way. So how
so,
do you
so,
tackle
so,
it? Like, do you hire another developer or you just give them the
yeah,
design?
so in that case, maybe like start collaborating. That is also one way. So maybe you are freelancing, find a friend who is good in coding. So do it collaborative approach. If you this is too complex stuff, and you don't have to do it everything. Like I already mentioned,
Yeah.
outsource stuff, create your network, ask help, and people are very polite. Honestly, if you ask for help, they will come. That's for sure, right? So you don't have to like stress out. Okay, I have to do it this and this also. Make sure you have a good network. Like see the clan, there must be some people who is good in coding.
Yes.
Ask no Discord chat, and people will come. They will just share your direct like percentage and whatever will work with you. Just collab with people. So that will be the best approach. Hmm?
Sure.
Cool.
Thank you so much,
Thanks.
Best of luck.
Jay.
Well,
Thank
like you were so serious when you said people are very polite. Like you are like 100% thorough. People are polite. They are ready to help. That's beautiful.
Yes, actually. Well, like, if you ask help, people will come. If
100%.
people will like everybody is busy with their life, right?
Yes, yes,
So and of course I already mentioned, don't focus on negativity. People are very negative also. So I'm just focusing on positive parts. People are polite.
beautiful, beautiful. Yes,
Dinesh.
go for it. Yeah.
Hey, hi Vijay. Thanks for joining us today. So my question is, how do you find clients and keep those clients in this competitive industry? Yeah.
This was also interesting because I think finding client, I already mentioned, right? Networking is important part here. So
Mm-hmm.
this is a chain actually. If you have a
Okay.
portfolio, people will come. You have quality work, people will come.
Okay.
And word of mouth, VOW, right?
Mm-hmm.
Word of mouth, WM.
Yeah.
So if people, if you have a skill, people will talk about it. You, if you share
Mm-hmm.
something very beautiful, people will talk about you. So that is the
Yeah.
way people will reach out to you. And if you delivers your expected result and maybe you did outstanding work, they will refer other people also. So this is the chain. You can't just do it. Okay, you are sitting at home, you learn Figma and now you are looking for work. No, no, no. You have a
Okay.
skill, but you have to go outside, talk about
Yeah.
it because right now everybody is starting, right?
Yeah.
So everybody is starting. So you have, so how you will be unique. Uniqueness is also important. So you should have a master in some
Mm-hmm.
specific skill. Show some work. Of course, I am doing crazy stuff, but it's not like people are coming to me and asking for, oh, do this crazy stuff for me. So they are still asking, coming for me to do design a skill because so that's craziest stuff. Maybe it's called, yeah, what is critical thinking or something like that, right? So if you think like very crazy, you can of course have some different skill also, right? And of course I have different thing also in my portfolio, but most of the time when I'm doing this thing on social network, most of the thing is crazy stuff, but I'm not recommending everybody should start doing it first. Of course you are free to do it, but just right now if you started, show your real work. And
Mm-hmm. Okay.
behind the scene, people used to create reels, which is also good. Show some
Mm-hmm.
work, And another one maybe I have to mention it. Quality work is important, consistency is important, and because we all talking about community, create something for community,
Okay.
and that is the one of the like way to recognize. So I did lots of stuff, right? So sorry, Illustrator, 3D icons. People came from those things. Okay, 3D icons. Okay, this is the guy who made it. So create stuff, share for the community. It's not always
Got it.
for the money, right? You don't have to monetize everything. First,
Yeah.
create community, create network. I think
Mhm.
social credibility is more important than I feel money in my mindset. I don't know other people mindset, but yeah,
Yeah.
I think cool.
That's
Great.
awesome, man. Yeah. Thank
Best of
you.
luck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Ranjit,
Ranjit. Hey.
just quickly want to acknowledge Ranjit. Ranjit has been regularly attending all our
Oh, nice.
chats.
Thank
He's
you,
here.
Vijay.
Regularly is asking question.
Cool, man.
Thank you, Vijay. Hi, Vijay. It was great talk to you, and you shared a more valuable insights. First of all, thanks for it. And I'm a big fan for your all works. Well, everyone uses a Figma for a UI design in different product scope. I think you are the person uses the tool in different perspective, which means used for an artistic work and various illustration and designs. Especially that straw and juice, the when the Figma introduced the tokens, so
Yeah.
you shared. So every people in my field replica it. So it was a amazing one of your amazing work.
Thank you.
And on the time when I say work, so I told now. So on the time I was afraid in my office that they would ask me to do in the same way in my work when I enter to the field. So before that, I'm doing engineering. After 2 years, I came 2 years working in this design field. So the thing I want to share. So on here, my question is: now I'm working in 9 to 5 job. I'm considering doing a freelance work in my spare time. How can I find a balance and not end up hating my job? So I'm concerned about my design saturation level. First, it gonna work, or if means, how do I start my freelance design?
Okay, that's an interesting question. Lots of people ask something like this. But I think I do a lot of interview like for hiring purpose. So I think the one problem is time. Most of the people, right? So even you are saying you have 9 to 5 job, and after then you wanted to do freelance. Of course, you can do it, but do you have time to do it? Like, will you like like finish the deadline and all? If you can, then of course you should do it. Just start doing it. Who is like stopping you, right? So there is no like there is no playbook to start. If you like, okay, this 9 to 5 job, you are happy with it. First question. If you
Yeah,
are happy with it, I think you barely know wanted to move to this freelance stuff. If you are not happy with it, then you have to find time, 1 hour, 2 hours, to build your portfolio somehow,
okay,
to find whatever client you have and just create it, even with lower price. But first, you have to start creating a stuff to show something.
okay,
And if you feel comfortable after certain time, you can just leave your current job and just go full time, right? So at the end, it's all about your skill set and portfolio. If you have a strong portfolio and people started recognizing your work, your client will come. You don't have
okay,
to worry about this. Uh, like there is lots of tool now, Fever and freelance.com. You don't have to do it. There are like people, there are lots of startups, lots of product. Everybody is building something. So
hmm,
just focus on your skill first and present yourself outside, like show your portfolio, and then that's the starting point,
yeah,
right?
okay.
So cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
One more
Yeah.
question.
Yes.
What
Okay.
OLS studios doing right now? I'm curious to know about OLS studio.
Okay, that's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Also, currently, like I just registered this overlay studio because, after like I've like the Zomato, then I thought about doing only focus on my work. I have a dream. Either I will create a small short animation movie, 5 minute or 10 minutes, or I will create a game. So that was the main goal, to create the studio. But of course, I have to do other stuff also, because somehow I have to pay the bill, right? So I started taking these small projects. But this project's limitation is like I mostly work with brands, bigger brands, help their design team or designer to solve their design problems. So most of the clients right now I have like bigger brands. I am helping them to solve their design system mostly, or visual inconsistency and all. So I am not doing freelance, but doing consultant work, contract work, 2 or 3 months most of the time. And
Okay.
then this is the one work of the overlays, you can say. But I have some dream, like maybe overlays studio will do lots of different stuff. Maybe production house, releasing game for other people also. But of course, uh, I have to work a lot. Currently, it's only 2.5 years after registering this studio. But yeah, let's see what will the future. But yeah, I'm excited because like daily when I wake up, I have to work from my studio, because yeah, this is my studio. I can do whatever I want. Sometimes I really take a client call. I just focus on plugins and other stuff, like just crazy life here.
Okay.
So yeah, fun it's actually.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh,
Thank you.
cool.
Thank you, Ranjit. Yeah, yeah. We'll have for one more question, Vijay.
Yeah, let's do it. We already crossed 1 hour.
Madhumita. Yeah, yeah.
Hello Vijay and hello
Hey,
clan
hi.
members. I'm Madhumita and this is my second time with clan actually. So it is great having you today. And my
Mhm.
question to you is, have you ever had a creative block while designing? And if you had one, how did you overcome it?
I think it happened most of the time. Like when I was working with Bharat, we found some. Oh, there are lots of variation, but I think something is missing. So most of the time, I just leave sometime my keyboard, a screen, go outside. I barely go real outside, but maybe travel on this my living room, play with my cat. uh, Other than that, uh, sometimes just open Pinterest. I am very like after Figma, maybe most of the time I spend on Pinterest. So even maybe I'm not doing something, I'm just finding some inspiration, maybe 3D, maybe animation, maybe just design, art. I start creating mood boards. So this is my ritual actually. Whenever I stuck some creativity, find more inspiration. Go outside and just do it. And yeah, I think I never felt like that. Oh, I stuck here. I can't do it. I need help. Maybe I can draft the project for 1 days. I will come later and something a strike. It happened actually. Yeah, and things move.
Just don't work for one day.
Sometimes it's happened. So take a break, make coffee. That's the only way, I think. Hopefully there is no deadline, right? So if and actually this is one more interesting stuff for me is, so of course every designer procrastinate, right? Sometimes I used to go, okay, I can't work now. So I left, oh, tomorrow is the deadline. And I have in my mental model, okay, right now it's 4 o'clock. And meeting is maybe 4 o'clock next day. I have lots of time. And we are procrastinating this day past. We didn't stop anything. I started doing anything. Okay, it's 4 o'clock meeting, and now it's 2 o'clock. I have 2 hour only. That time creativity is like very on the top. I quickly do something in 2 hours, then this complete one day. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you have to spend a lot of time to research, create a mood board. I think everybody have different mindset. Some people feel uh, creative in when they watch movies, or maybe go outside, travel, do cleaning. That's right. Everybody have their maybe what is called trigger points. Some people just clean the stuff and then something is struck. Some people say in shower and so there are lots of things. For me, I think movies most of the time coffee. Sometimes just creating Pinterest board and some ideas struck because I'm just looking for inspiration and yeah. I hope this answer makes sense.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, cool.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Is
much.
it closer now?
Yes, I think we can close. I think probably, yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Brad, for like having me. And yeah, this wonderful clans looks good.
Yes.
I hope we will keep doing this, something like this. And I think whenever you have a question, my social network is always open, and then you can just ping me, drop there, and whenever I get time, I reply most of the time. So
Beautiful. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, can we just give a bundle of reactions to Vijay?
Oh, thanks, man. Let me give reaction. Okay, I can give it. Oh, yeah. Oh, thanks, you people. This is good. Yeah,
Thank you so much.
wonderful.
Guys. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining today, Vijay. Talk to you soon. Bye, guys. Thank you so
Bye,
much.
people. See
Thank
you.
you.
Happy designing. People are still here.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Let's stop the
Thank
recording.
you.
Thanks,
Thank
Bharat.
you.
Thank you, Vijay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.